It's time for the Malin Webb Show. Find out every week what is going on inside Tell City Marksman football straight from Coach Webb. Exclusively on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosemer Communications.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Are you enjoying the show? Download our Roku channel by searching for SW Indiana Sports Network. If you are watching on YouTube or Vimeo, follow us, comment, and share. Southwestern Indiana thanks you for your support of our coaches' shows.
Welcome to the season premiere of the Malin Webb Show. Malin, how you doing today?
Pretty good. I appreciate you for having me again, Joe.
Well, it seems like I'm doing a web show every season. It seems like, I think I've got the Triple Crown now. So
you absolutely do.
Because I asked Manning, I said, "Are there any more?"
Nope, that's it.
So Manning was the last one. So before we get into scrimmage and talking about who you play at Perry Central, why don't we talk about your team a little bit? What do you have coming back on offense and defense?
Returning starters from last year's team, we have Brandon Casebolt at running back. He's a junior for us this year. He was our leading rusher last season, which says a lot for, him last year as a sophomore to be our leading rusher when we had a plethora of back there in the backfield with him. Also offensively, up front, we have Jevin Jaggers. He's a returning starting offensive lineman. He's another junior for us. And then out at receivers, we have Liam O'Malley and Jack Hammond, which are seniors for us this year. So, we've got about 4 guys offensively that will return as starters. And then defensively, Jevin Jaggers, he returns as a starting defensive lineman. Lucas Kale and Ben Fort Wendell, they both return as starting corners. That's about it. But in saying that, we had a lot of guys last year due to injuries that had to step up and, play roles for us on offense and defense, whether it was, starting 1 or 2 weeks or, whether it was basically being a 2-deep guy for us at one point in time. And a lot of those guys last year were freshmen and sophomores who are now our sophomores and juniors. And so, that's ultimately what our team is made up of this year is a lot of sophomores and juniors, with some of these seniors sprinkled in, that have been starting for us at least the last 2 years now.
And what do you have on special teams?
So special teams wise, we returned Drew Grolick. He'll be a 4-year starting kicker for us this year. And also Jake Noble, who got a lot of valuable time last year, kicking, whether it was on kickoffs, PATs, or field goals. And so Drew will be a senior, Jake will be a junior. And so we feel really, really confident and comfortable, at least in the special teams category. I'd go as far to say is that's probably our most experienced position group that we have this year. So, it makes it fun being young, but also having some young talent as well I don't like to think of us as just young, but I think we can be really young and good at the same time. And so it should make for an exciting season.
And last weekend was the scrimmage. I know they don't keep scoring the scrimmage, but what did you learn about your team from the scrimmage?
I think the first thing that we learned was, Bosse High School is really fast, which, we anticipated that to be the case, and it held true last Friday. But, we were very vanilla in what we did offensively and defensively. We just wanted to really work on the basics and kind of see where we're at with the simple things. And, offensively, we moved the ball well. Defensively, we made Bosse have extended drives. And so, I think coming out of it, while, we didn't necessarily open up the playbook on both sides of the ball, we at least did the things that we wanted to see out of our kids. And so I think, in saying that, I think a lot of those things are going to translate to Friday night this year.
You are watching the Malin Webb Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Have you had one of the best pizzas around? Try JR's Pizza today. Buy their wings by the pound. You will thank me later. Also try JR's full menu for lunch. Live music Friday and Saturday nights from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. If you haven't tried JR's Pizza, what are you waiting on? Call JR's at 812-482-9694 today. Thank you for supporting local businesses.
This Marksman Rewind is brought to you by Milligan Brosmer Communications.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Are you enjoying the show? Download our Roku channel by searching for SW Indiana Sports Network. If you are watching on YouTube or Vimeo, follow us, comment, and share. Southwestern Indiana thanks you for your support of our coaches' shows.
Welcome back to the Malin Webb Show. And Coach, this week you have the Battle of Perry County, where you're going to be taking on Perry Central in the season opener. Last year they finished 6-5 in overall and 3-2 in the PLAC. And what can you tell us about them?
I think they're kind of in the same boat as us. They're a fairly young team. I know that they are really high on their sophomore class, just like we are. And, I think that up front they've got some big boys. They have a pretty good running back in Lance Kern. This will be his first year starting back there in the backfield for him. And then, just a lot of new faces at a lot of positions. Defensively, again, they've got some size. They fly around, they get to the ball. And so, it poses its fair share of challenges for us this coming Friday. And that's a game that the whole county kind of gets up for and gets excited about. Personally, not being from Perry County, I absolutely hate that it is played on week one, because I feel like all summer and really all year, everybody, just keeps talking about this week one game, and they forget that we still have 9 games left after. And so, it's for us, it's keeping, the end game and the end result in mind for our kids. While ultimately the goal is to go out and win Friday, our overall season goal is just to not beat Perry Central. Our overall season goal is to keep playing better football week after week and be the best version of ourselves come postseason time.
And, it's kind of like the Battle of Perry County is kind of like the Daytona 500. It's the beginning of the season.
Yeah. If it were up to me, I would have that game more like a week 9 during rivalry week. But, I understand with all the schedule conflicts and them being PLAC and us being PAC, we don't really have many weeks that would align for our non-conference schedules to play any other week. So, I get it. This will be the 19th overall time of these two teams playing, and heading into this year, the series is tied all time at 9-9. So, there's a lot on the line, and I know that both communities and both schools are keeping a really close eye this year on that overall record that each team holds.
Well, Coach, good luck this weekend and good victory.
I appreciate it, Joe.
You've been watching the Malin Webb Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosimer Communications. As they say in Marksman Country, go Big Red. We'll see you next week.
You've been watching the Malin Webb Show. Check in each week to see what is going on inside Tell City Marksman football. Exclusively on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Malin Webb Communications. See you next week.